What's up guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to another ASMR video. So this is finally the Hawaii travel vlog. Long overdue, but let's get into it. So this was just me recording on my way to the airport. I think I left around like 6 o'clock or something in the morning. Got to the airport, and of course I gotta get that Chick-fil-A breakfast at the Detroit airport. It is the best. And I never really get Chick-fil-A breakfast, so I always just get it when I'm here. And then there was like a salad vending machine that was kind of interesting, and then a wheelchair that I saw driving by itself. So yeah, this was me sitting on the plane. I had a middle seat in the aisle, which I've actually never had before. That was some food that they gave us. Yeah, so this was the food. It was like some chicken chipotle bowl, and then a brownie. I liked it. I thought it was really good for airplane food, which I have actually never had. And then I watched Bridesmaids, because I always do on flights. It's just like my tradition. And then I got some wine in a can. And then it was like a pizza twist. It was really good. I was waiting for the bus after the flight. I'm looking rough, but I got my lei. I was very happy about that. And that's the balcony of the hotel. So, but yeah, it was like a 10-hour flight straight through with no layovers, which I did on purpose because layovers are just like, they just prolong the whole thing. So got a straight shot right into Waikiki, and checked out the mall when I got there after the hotel and everything. So this was super cool. It kind of reminded me of the mall that I have here. Is like an outdoor mall, but this one was like a million times better. And there was a Target, so I probably visited that Target like probably 4 times just in the week that I was here. So but yeah, so this was the next day, I believe, or 2 days after I arrived, on a tour of the island. So I did like a circle tour on a bus, and there was about maybe 8 of us total. So it was like a nice little small group, led by a native to the island, and he kind of guided us through, and he told us stories. And we just stopped off at different cities. We did the full island, so it was about, I want to say it was like a 7-hour, 8-hour tour. It was the entire day. But I'm really glad that I did it because I didn't have a car, like a rental car, on this island, so I really couldn't have gotten to those other places really easily. So this was somewhere we stopped off that he knew of, and showed us some sea turtles. So as you can see, very cool. I have never seen sea turtles in real life, I don't think, before this, so it was super cool to seeing them out in the wild. And I believe we also snorkeled right here, so he gave us some snorkeling gear, and snorkeled. I was like, scuba dive? No, we snorkeled. Got to see some fish up close, which was super, super cool. And then that's kind of like a pano of the whole area that we were in. It was like this small little beach. As you can see, everyone's very amazed by the sea turtle that he just kind of kept washing up on the shore. But yeah, people kind of tend to crowd them a little bit, which they're pretty strict about in Hawaii. You can't approach or disturb wildlife. They have very intense laws about that, and you can get fined and stuff. I think you have to be 10 feet away. So yeah. And then got back in the bus. These were just some mountains that we saw in the distance, and then stopped somewhere else. It was like a scenic lookout. Super, super beautiful. One of those islands, actually, right there in the distance, apparently is a bird sanctuary. So only birds live there, which I thought was pretty funny. And then we saw some houses, which he referred to as like the Hollywood Hills of Oahu. I think that was Jackie Chan's house. But of celebrities actually live on the island. I think Obama still lives here. And then this was the hotel. So kind of just gonna do a little tour of the room. We got the bathroom and the sink, and I love it when hotels have the separate sink outside of the bathroom. Like, I don't know why. I feel like a lot of hotels have this now, but it's just like so convenient. And then, yeah, then like a little mirror, and then the coffee station, TV. It was nighttime, I guess, in this, so can't really see out of the balcony, but I do have some other shots off the balcony because it was like a partial ocean view. Very nice. And it's like, it looked like LA or something, like downtown at night. Yeah. This was back at the mall. So again, it was walkable from the hotel, so kind of just somewhere to walk around. And I found like it was like a sports bar, restaurant type. So I'm just like, hey, it looks good. Get something to eat. Got my Truly. And I don't even know what I ate there. I think I had some wings or something. The food, so good in Hawaii, I will say that. These were some fireworks, actually, that I saw off the balcony. Apparently, like every Friday night, they do fireworks down here. So, I guess they're just, they just celebrate life. It doesn't even have to be a holiday. It's just, I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you celebrate if you live in Hawaii? Come on, every single day. So that was pretty cool to see that. Kind of got a free little show. That was just the area of the hotel where the elevators were like on the floor. So it was funny. There was like 6 elevators, and ignore the upside down clip here. What the heck is happening? But this was like the lobby of the hotel. Super, super cool. It was like Disney almost. There was like shops. There was a sand like statue. And then this was a different hotel, the Royal Hawaiian, which was like 2 down from the Sheraton. So I got some breakfast here. I guess this hotel is like a little famous too. But I got one of these chocolate croissants, and it was so good. As every meal was. So I brought it out with my coffee and kind of sat on the beach and just chilled. It was probably like 9-10 in the morning. So yeah, that's the hotel. You can see right there. And just right on the beach, all these hotels are. So obviously, Waikiki Beach, very, very busy. So we had to get out there and get kind of an early start. This was in the mall. It was like a food hall type thing. They had a lot of different bars and little places for food. So got some pink cider. I don't know why that was like a weird photo, but okay. And then this was for dinner that night. Found a food truck in like an alleyway. This was like pretty late at night, but I got the most banging burger that I've had in quite some time. Oh my god, just a cheeseburger. It was so good. I feel like food truck food is pretty often good. And this was at the mall. And the next morning, I wanted to go get some malasadas, I believe what they're called, which are like donuts. So went there to grab some of those to try. That I've never had them before. This was back at the hotel. The pool, one of the pools at the hotel, kind of overlooked the ocean, and then there was a bunch of chairs kind of just on the patio, so you had to go really early to go and snag a chair. But I really like just chilling out there and reading. And then this was me with my new hat that I bought at the mall. Just walking down the hallway of the hotel. I think I went back to the room to grab a drink. Yeah, because I just bought a bottle of some rum and coke from Target because I was not about to pay $18 for the drinks at the hotel. I did it like once because like you gotta buy one, but if you want to sit out there and have a couple, more than a couple, then you really don't want to pay $18 for that. So that's what I did. I mixed it up in my Coke bottle, and then that was the ABC store bag, which are like their little convenience stores that are everywhere. There was actually one in our hotel, I was in my element. I think this was probably like this is where I belong, y'all. Yeah, so we could kind of see the sunset over the water, but absolutely gorgeous. And then this is just a park nearby. I walked to. Just kind of walked around, exploring a little bit. Really nice. I love the trees here. So many trees, and this is another weird picture, but this is some food I got. It was like shrimp and rice. And then, okay, so this, I think this might have been in the mall, but it was like an art gallery. So kind of looked around at all the photos. I like just walking through these sometimes, even though I don't really buy any. Really, really pretty art. I would totally get one though to like hang up, but I probably couldn't bring it home on the plane. That would be a bit difficult. That was also something you had to be kind of mindful of all the souvenirs, because I just wanted to buy everything, but I know stuff wouldn't fit in my suitcase. So another balcony shot at sunset, and then walking down the hallway. Okay, I was getting ice. I don't know why I filmed this. But I guess I was getting ice for the room. Oh, and this was cool too. They didn't have key cards. It kind of just had a bracelet that you wore to scan your room. Got some Hawaiian soda. It looked good. It was pineapple. It was pretty good. So I sipped on that a little bit while I did some more reading. Just out on the balcony. And then, oh, okay, so we're jumping to Maui now, right into the hotel. Kind of walk through here, but this was in Maui. I don't remember the name of the hotel, but it was really nice. As you can see, kind of the same layout, but I feel like this one was a little bit bigger. And then the balcony kind of overlooked the pool and the ocean. As you can kind of see here, the lanai, that's what the balcony is called. But yeah, so there's like a pool. There was like 3 different pools at this hotel, and then the ocean kind of back there. And then I of course had to try on the robe, because when a hotel gives you a robe to wear, you put it on. So especially when it was like a really cute one. So I kind of chilled for a bit, and then went to explore the rest of the hotel. Again, this place was like Disney. It was like a whole campus. Just tons of greenery, and then there's the ocean. Okay, so this, hopping around again. This was the sunrise. I believe the next morning. It's probably like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Drove up there. Haleakala, I believe it was called, the mountain. So you kind of have to get up at like 2 in the morning, make the drive up there, and then be in time to catch the sunrise. People go, it's like a tourist thing, but I wanted to do it, so drove the Jeep. I got a rental Jeep Wrangler for Maui, so I could kind of see more of the island. The flight to Maui was like, it was funny, it was like 45 minutes at their like little airport. This was the beach, just straight up laying out. I feel like this was like most days, but it's like you also want to sightsee, so kind of got to split it up a little bit. And then there was like some tents with food and art, things to buy. You can see the fruit ninja. It was like a acai bowl. And then I believe driving up to do a hike. Don't remember what this mountain was called, but it was kind of like it was an uphill drive to get there. And then the actual hike itself was an uphill hike. So parked and set out. This was the only hike that I did in Hawaii. I just felt like there was so much else to do, but I'm glad I got in one. So kind of came a little early. paved trail. I was dying towards the end, but we did it. And then this was, I think, the last day actually I was in Hawaii. Look at that shot though of a whale. I did a whale tour, so you kind of took out on a boat into I forget, it was like a bay, like a harbor where the whales often hang out, and apparently April's like the end of whale season, so we're actually really lucky that we caught some. We had some dolphins hanging out with us too the entire time, so that was awesome to see. Tried to get some on camera, but even the tour guy was like, oh my gosh, because the whale, he kind of flipped up his tail. I think I have it in here. So yeah, those are the dolphins. It was like 3 dolphins that we kept seeing swim by. Yeah, right there. They just kind of go around in circles and kind of show their fins. So that was really, really cool. I believe this was like an hour, probably, I think like an hour tour. So there's ones that you can go on that are like 4 hours long, or like a full day, or they even let you out the boat and you can snorkel. So I thought about doing that, but I was like, this works. There's the dolphin again. The weather, it was really, really sunny, but weather was beautiful. And oh, there's the dolphins again. And then, oh, here's the whale coming up. Yeah, so we just kind of like flipped it up. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, you guys. I hope you liked